The next thing that happened is that because of Doreen Cantrell's 1984 science paper, where she had worked out the role of the concentration of interleukin-2 and the density of interleukin-2 receptors, and then the timing of the interaction between these two entities would then determine the onset of DNA replication. Arthur Pardee from Boston, from the Dana-Farber, became interested in us after he saw that 84 paper, because it builded on his experiments that he'd done over the decade previously, where he had defined what the restriction point was in cell cycle progression. And so Art and Pardee and my lab got together at a meeting at the Menary Center in New Hampshire, and we mapped out a series of experiments to use a method that he had borrowed from the yeast people to look for induced genes against a background of a lot of housekeeping genes that were expressed at a very high level but were not induced. And this was a system whereby he would label the induced messenger RNA with a sulfur and then use a mercury column, because sulfur and mercury will form a covalent bond. And what better affinity column do you want from that? And so that was great. And we used that method to then look for new genes that had not been discovered by the oncogene people that might be involved in T-cell proliferation.